Podcasts in and of themselves have become one of the most saturated forms of entertainment within the past several years. Not that this is necessarily a bad thing. There are plenty of good podcasts out there and plenty to gain value from. However, over the past 2 years, there seems to be a growing trend. And that is because dating podcasts have become some of the most cringe-worthy content. I'm sure that there are probably, one or two podcasts out there that are fine, but every single podcast nowadays comes down to the same format. If it is a group of guys, it is usually just describing the fastest way to get a girl to sleep with you, or they'll have a split. They'll either say that the most basic shit that every guy knows already, or they'll say the most obscure piece of advice that does not matter, but because they have authority in their voice, they keep gaining subscribers. And if it is a group of girls, the girls majority of the time have an OnlyFans link to their podcast, and majority of the time, it's just a group of girls talking about the things they don't like in guys, or why guys suck. Yeah, you can really see that they're really the same podcast, but with different sides they are on. If it is a group of guys, they will usually bring up some question like, can men and women really be friends? And if it is a group of girls, then there'll usually be some list about guys' red flags, and then literally have some other episode where they talk about the worst guy they hooked up with. Look, I understand at the end of the day, the majority of these podcasts still have a lot of viewers and gain a lot of attention, but what is terrible is how people react to it. People also are free to watch whatever they want, but a lot of my own female friends will say that they don't like guys who watch Alpha Bro podcasts, but at the same time, they'll watch some podcasts about a girl telling embarrassing sex stories, while at the same time, guys who say they hate feminist podcasts will watch podcasts about the top 10 easiest ways to get a girl in your bed. There's a very thick line of irony here. In general, the reason I don't make a ton of relationship advice videos is because there is a lot of subjectiveness to it. What has worked for me may not work for you, and even all the basic shit that you do as a guy already is already well known, or would be better said with someone with more expertise. And that's the main reason I see so many of these podcasts as brain rot, is because dating literally takes zero effort to talk about. There is not a line of reasoning or legitimate thought that goes into it. If you say something that in general sounds good, then you can get people to listen to it. And seriously, it seems like there's a new podcast every single day about literally the same topics. It's like a bingo card. Put a mark down for every time a guy talks about being a high value man, or put a mark down for every time a girl talks about red flags. Overall, I just think people need to stop focusing on dating advice and just actually date someone. Instead of overthinking it, why not just experience it?